What were some of the things that invited you or prompted you or cued you to want to just have more projects together?
As Christian mentioned, during the pandemic, a lot of work slowed down for many people in our sector. And so we were meeting, I think, weekly. And it was a couple-hour meeting, sometimes maybe even a little longer. And it was meandering meetings. We didn't have a set agenda, like, let's get through this project. We were just like, let's just talk about stuff. Let's just share ideas. Let's challenge one another. We argued sometimes. It's one of the nice things about our collaborative process is that we don't always agree on things, but that we have a deep respect for one another. We're willing to listen to one another. And so I think we had enough excitement around the process of collaborating. And I view it a little bit like a film, a really great film requires makeup artists and craft services and actors and directors and lighting and sound. Like it's just everyone is bringing something to the table, and without everyone there, the film doesn't get made. And that's how I felt this was. I could have written a book on listening, and I don't think it would have been this book, and I know it wouldn't have been this good.
Well, that's such a great segue. I feel exactly the same. I'm glad I didn't write a book about listening because of this opportunity. And, I think we both went into it hoping that whatever would come out, like you said, Brittany, it's not I'm only going to do 50% of the work. It's like we're going to get a book and we do 50%. It really was never like that. It was, we're both all in and we both want to create something that neither of us individually would have created. And you're right, Robert, I think it required us to be radical listeners as well to one another. Robert's incredibly open to ideas and being challenged. So Robert doesn't get defensive. If I were to say, oh no, I'm not really sure, that's how I understand the term acceptance. Robert's like, oh, how do you understand it? And it's really much more conducive to learning and dialogue.